In this tutorial, we'll be walking through the process of making your very own 3D print. Before we get into printing, we have to choose a design. There are tons of websites out there like Thingiverse and Pinshape with free designs that you can download. But if you're feeling extra creative, you can design your own model with programs like Tinkercad or Blender. Once you're happy with your design, make sure to export it into either a STL or OBJ file. We'll be importing the design into a program called Prusa Slicer, which prepares the design to be physically printed. Once in Prusa Slicer, we can import our model by going to File, Import, or we can use the shortcut Ctrl-I. Now we have a preview of what our model will look like on the printing plate. To navigate, we can click and hold to look around the plate and scroll to zoom in or out. On the toolbar on the left, we can move our model's position, resize it using the scale tool, and use the rotate tool to rotate it on different axes. In the drop-down menus on the right, we have a few options for print settings. Right now, our model is set to print at 0.10 millimeter detail, which is good if you plan to print something with lots of small details. You can also change which filament you want to print with. We generally use PLA or PETG, so you should make sure that this setting matches the filament being fed into the printer. We'll also want to make sure to select the right printer, whether it's the original Prusa Minis or the i3 MK3. If your model has overhanging features, you'll need to add structural supports. These can be removed after the print is complete. Depending on what you print, you should also make sure to have a decent amount of infill, which is the internal structure of the build. Generally, 15% infill is good. So once you're happy with how it looks on the plate, we can click Slice Now. Slicing cuts the model into layers so the printer can read it. So now we get a preview of what your print will look like when it's done, as well as an estimate of how much time it'll take to print. Now we can export the G-code for our model and save it onto a flash drive or SD card to plug directly into the printer. Once we've inserted the flash drive, we can use the console to select the file to print. And now we wait. Now that the print is done, we can carefully remove it from the plate and use pliers to remove any supports. And now we've completed our first 3D print. If you enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to check out our other videos. Thanks for watching!